voice of Neal Ruhl. Sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
Hey, yo, what's going on, buddy? Welcome back to another episode of Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Neal Ruhl. That cat over there, D-Mac, Darren McCarty in the house. We have Spencer Raxter, whose hair is looking extra luxurious today for some reason. I don't know. It's just a good day. I don't know if it's the lack of humidity or what.
Yeah, that probably helps. It's a good day.
Good lettuce day for Spencer Raxter. Big Mike Gentry in the throes of hoodie season. He's here as well.
Always. Hoodies every day.
Every day.
Till summer.
Every day.
Hoodie season.
But yeah, happy to have you all with us. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jump in there. Get your thoughts out there. Lots of fire flannel slant. It's become a tradition, D-Mac, unlike any other, to walk into the WoodwardSports.com chat thread and I get like a morning recap. It's almost like a Woodward newspaper that I sit down to in the morning. All I need is a cup of Joe and a bowl of berries.
What did he say this morning? That's all it is.
I don't know.
About Sam Flannel. I love it.
I don't know.
I don't know either. I wasn't awake.
Same.
Yeah, it's Sam Flannel. So what do you know? Dos Burrito in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. I bet Flannel skips the green bean casserole. He's an effing heretic. Where do you stand on green bean casserole?
I love green bean casserole.
Well, we're gonna find out tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, we will.
I can't wait for low key. You guys look. D-Mac, remember we did this? We did drafts for a while because it was mock draft season. We had what do we have? We had
fast food item draft.
Fast food item draft.
Yeah. Fruit draft.
The fruit draft was the best, and people either loved it and loved it all in, or they're like, "Why can't you talk sports?" But you know what, D-Mac? I don't give a shit. We're doing top 5 lists tomorrow, and it's Thanksgiving food. You're either in or you're out.
I think it's my birthday. I'm here for it. You know, you want to do top 5 lists the whole show, I'm down.
Top 5 Friday?
Top 5 Fridays.
You can do all those you want. I'm not here.
Top 5 Tuesday? Well, I mean, whatever. But no, we are. We're doing the list tomorrow. I'm out Friday until the Black Friday. I'll be back the next Friday.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We got the tournament, man.
Oh, yeah.
We got the tournament.
Turks and Caicos.
Not quite Turks and Caicos. We're going to slum it in the Cayman Islands.
Oh, yeah. Oh, darn.
Well, D-Mac, I got to go check out my money. Make sure my money's right.
Absolutely.
It ain't
you want to know where the bag goes.
Yeah. It ain't sitting here exposed to taxes. It's down in the Caymans. Tax sheltered.
Tax sheltered.
You know, that is how we're doing
That's
it.
next level. That's next level. Tax sheltered.
Detroit Dabber 313 with the big what up, though. Tammy Chin with the morning Dabber as well. Do the Red Wings play today? Are they ever playing again?
They play
Tomorrow too.
Tomorrow.
Where did they go? Did they go to Mars to play these games or what?
Come on. Sweden.
It's going to be a home game.
Yeah. Damn near a home game. Damn near 2 home games.
It should be, because they haven't played in like a week, bro.
Hey, man, they had a long travel. You got to let the boys get loose over there, get some practice in, see the city. It's all right. Two back-to-back. Two huge games, too.
Pete Smith in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Get right pick. Over under 10.5 pina coladas for Neal.
Ooh.
I would take
a pina colada. You're on. That's a hard under the pina colada.
10.5. Yes, I will have one a day.
Yes,
I don't lie to you. I'm in the islands, right?
No.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had one watching the. I watched the Thanksgiving Day game last year at a swim-up bar
with Grady Dick.
And had they didn't get in there until Saturday. I was at the rooftop bar with Grady Dick.
That's fair.
Small flex though, right? Tomorrow after the show, 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Wings game. Thursday afternoon. I'm all in.
That's pretty hype.
I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean,
it's that or watch the final word. I know which one I'm choosing.
Anyways.
No, nothing. Nobody had anything on that. make people uncomfortable.
Hey, but you know what? We all have choices. It's all about options. So I'll be dialed in. I'm sure me and BMG will be dialed into the Wings.
How excited are you for the afternoon Sweden game, BMG? Are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
I'm hyped because we usually leave here right after this, and both those games will be on Thursday and Friday right when we leave. So I'm hyped, man.
Brand New Lemon says, I don't think I want to talk about the Pistons today. Let's sweep them under the carpet. They're going through a rough stretch right now.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Vegas. Does Vegas know something?
They always do.
As far as that over/under total, and it's just the consistent inconsistency, right? That they're fighting against. But I'd always said that the Pistons are where the Wings were a year ago. Might be two. Might be two.
Gentry's bet with Lindsay's looking pretty good.
Goddamn right it is. You're goddamn right, Lindsay. If you're watching, I got to pay up early.
Should have did it on the 1,000.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
I
want
know.
the buyout?
They're
Oh,
about
you're
to be-
offering
they're about to
Lindsay
be
the buyout?
mathematically eliminated
Wow.
through like 30 games. Literally, they are about to be mathematically eliminated by like game 35. I guarantee.
I was telling Spenny, like, remember, like 10 days ago, when they were 2-1 and we were back, baby. Remember that?
Remember in
the
Portland?
play-in, man.
Remember
They
in
were going to
Portland
the
when they had an
play-in.
18-point lead? You know?
What
like
happened?
It really shows you. I think that more imperatively is the youth. You got to get through it. Being the youngest team, this is what we're seeing. Can't overcome the turnover. Turnovers is just ridiculous, and it's
It
not
is.
getting any better.
No,
right?
it is.
We thought it would.
Yeah, and in retrospect, that's something I probably should have done a better job of analyzing. Like, when you're young in the league, you turn the basketball over. You do, man. You absolutely do. And that one I got a little overly hyped, I guess you could say. Mike G wants to know, any Black Santa updates? I have been talking to the community, the Black Santa community. We are arranging an episode, Spencer. A Terry Foster Black Santa episode. Look out for that one around the holiday.
I'm here for it. It's awesome.
I'm never more comfortable on the air than Black Santa Day.
That's what it's all about.
Reading the comments and measuring what Spencer's saying and all that. I'm never more comfortable.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, so we'll have that certainly. Today, I unveil my first Heisman ballot for Woodward Sports
Yes,
for the
you do.
network.
Yes,
So
you do.
make sure you stay tuned. JJ McCarthy first, a runaway.
Yeah. I got the Ermanni clip ready to go.
Okay. I want that in there.
I got you.
You know I want that in there. The away fan. So no Huso for the Wings in Sweden. Correct. His wife is giving birth.
Yeah.
So he had
Shout
to.
out also.
Yep. Congrats.
The baby hoose.
Baby Hoos. Baby Hoos is on his or her way. So yeah, he flew out there, then had to turn around and fly back because it be like that sometimes. So
That had to be brutal.
yeah, so
Yeah, that's
That had to be fucking awful.
that's. I mean, it's not like they're connecting at JFK.
Yeah.
BMG.
I mean, but still, it's a long flight, and you just got there. It still sucks, no matter what way you put it.
Yes. But yeah. Oh, look at that. Mike G. Penix is a runaway Heisman. Stay tuned. That's all I have to say.
Fair.
Stay tuned. There's a guy out there nobody's talking about, and I can't believe it.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it
I
like
saw
that.
it and I agree. He's not getting enough love.
Thank you.
He ain't getting. I don't. We'll get into it when we talk about it. But is there enough hype with the voting machine? Right. The question is right that we always talk about who has the Heisman vote. Are these guys aware of this guy?
They should be.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make that they are.
I know exactly. I know
You
exactly what you're
but
saying.
that's what goes against it. That's why I can't. I saw it also, and that's why I have questions for you.
And we'll get there. We certainly will get there. Got some Lions stuff to get to as well. Spenny told us, too, the Lions made a signing. I'm sure you guys are aware of that. I got a question, too. Or actually, Spenny had a question that we want to respond to. Is this Aaron Glenn thing getting out of control? Because I feel like it is, and we're gonna get there also. Spenny thinks the Vikings are gonna win the North. I'll talk him off the. That's exactly what you said.
That is not what I said.
Okay, that's true. Hey, I'm lying, everybody. I'm lying. I did that right there. But yeah, we got all that stuff we're gonna get to. D-Mac, I have a question for you. One thing here before we get the show rolling, and this goes to everybody out there in the chat thread. Spenny told me, or told you actually. You're like, D-Mac, can you move a skosh to the left or right? Because Spencer Raxter's a man of quality, wants quality work, wants things lined up, all that kind of stuff. So right before we went on air, he said, D-Mac, can you move a skosh? I'm curious, what defines a skosh? Is that a Canadian unit of measurement? What is that?
Skosh could be along the lines as I'm wearing a toque. That's also
That's Canadian
lingo.
for a winter hat.
I don't know. Is
And
it?
the Dagwood.
Is it? Well, that's a sandwich.
Yeah.
You know,
More Canadian
but
stuff.
a scotch. I mean, I think we all understand a scotch. Maybe a scotch is more of a like a grandparent term, or something about scotch.
I think
I understand a scotch of being smaller than a bit.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
move not don't move a bit, move a scotch.
Move a scotch.
Exactly.
So
yes.
I mean, I don't know. It's all about translation. See, Spenny is like, we're talking about Aaron Glenn or Ben Johnson, the offense coordinator, in my helmet, right in my ear,
Yeah.
right here, so I can hear him. So I understand what's Scotia to us. I know what his Scotia is.
Perfect.
That's all it is.
Motown Cool says a smidge. Is it in the smidge family?
Yeah.
Scotia, yeah, it's in the smidge.
Yeah.
It's related to the smidge. The smidge is less than a Scotia, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
A smidge is just like it's almost like a smidge is like more of a lean than a Scotia.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
don't
a
move the
shuffle.
core, you just lean a little.
Yeah.
Like you say, hey, move a smidge, and then you just do that. You don't really move the core. Like you're not like moving the core. You're just doing just like that, I guess. The away fan says, that's interesting. I've heard of Nova Scotia.
Well, speaking of Nova Scotia, Oak Island last night, right? Okay.
Oh,
East
tell me
side
about
of the
the
island,
gold.
west side of the island. They found the wood. It always it dates back to the same, so you know that they're traveling across. Just a matter of time. A little bit closer. What's the thing they were using? The big word with the P that goes along with gold. That tells you that there was gold there, but not like the residue. Yeah, hey, trust. They got to draw out the season, guys. Like, give me a break. We're finding.
Oh,
You've drawn it out for like 10 years.
11 seasons, Spenny.
And
Let's
all the
go.
Darren McCartys of the world are like, yeah, I'm in here. I'm in for it.
Absolutely. So
I know.
They're
Hey,
well, they're just.
it's
they're
just gonna be-
They're gonna take the east of the island, the west of the island. They're gonna parade into the money
D-Mac.
pit area.
It's just going to be a skosh longer till they find gold.
Just a skosh, boys.
Yeah.
Not a smidge. A little longer than a smidge, but not a bit.
That's fair.
It's
Jake
a skosh.
Wegener says skosh, small or little, Japanese in origin. Really?
Oh.
See? You learn here.
Itadakimasu.
Mike G. Black Santa cares about all y'all. Just get him some Swisher Sweets.
What? Yeah. Yeah. But it's for his blunts,
Yeah,
man.
roll some blunts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a White Owl guy, but
Yeah.
I mean, because White Owl's a little bit more durable than the Swishers. They break too easy. But Black Santa, he's finesse.
I was a big Swisher guy.
You seem like you would be a Swisher guy.
Yeah.
Like I'm more of an Ashton, Connecticut, you know.
No, the OG Swishers, the Red Pack, went through millions of those. Millions of those.
Where was your spot in East Lansing to get them from?
Oh, QD, always. Go in there, grab 5 packs, pack of smokes, some cereal.
Can't forget the cereal.
Everything you need to live, right?
Yeah, oh, they had good cereal at QD. The Honey Smacks, different stuff like that. They had the good cereals there.
Lorena Rios wants to know, and a bottle of Morgan David?
Yeah, Admiral Nelson, whatever it was for the day.
Whatever was down there on the bottom.
Yeah, whatever cost me less than like $12.
Whatever came in a plastic bottle. Mm-hmm. Yes. Wyatt Bear.
Case of Natty Ice.
You want to know the divide on this show? Wyatt Bear, Connecticut shade wrapper, I'm in, because I'm about the Ashton, Connecticut. And then right under that, Louie says Philly blunts were nice.
Philly blunts were nice too.
We're a show of the people. We have every common interest represented on this show.
I got Backwoods representing too.
Yeah, backwoods are great. Dutch Masters. What are the Dutches? The Dutch Leafs are nice too.
Oh, my God. Hey, Dispo's nice.
Dispo is nice.
Oh, yeah, I know that. You know what? And you can join our one and only Braylon Edwards and the Dispo Dispenser family at their Hazel Park location Tuesday, November 21st for the Thanksgiving turkey giveaway. Starting at noon, Dispo will be giving away Thanksgiving turkeys over the course of the day. All you have to do is purchase any product from Dispo Hazel Park on Tuesday afternoon, and you'll receive your turkey available while supplies last. Dispo Hazel Park, located 634 West 9 Mile Road, Hazel Park, Michigan. Pull up, re-up, and grab your bird for Thanksgiving dinner. Go.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports and Spenny's favorite long drink this Sunday for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. Easter Market, Shed 5, always a bash, starting 9:30 until game time. Official Lions tailgate. Back better than ever. You can pregame at Woodward Sports and be treated like a VIP. Food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Get your tickets online today. BullseyeEventGroup.com or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Or follow us on Instagram, direct message, Lions VIP.
All right, we're off and running. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal, Ruhl, and Darren McCarty, and Big Mike Gentry, and Spencer Raxter, and all y'all in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread. And happy to have you with us. So let's get into it. Spenny, corn pops were fire. Haven't had any in a while. That's like the official cereal of youth, and you never go back to it.
Yeah.
But if you ever come across it and you like have one, you're like, those are still fire.
Corn Pops are good. They got the aluminum foil bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are good.
It hit different. That foil bag made it hit different.
Oh,
I'm convinced of it.
For sure.
I'm convinced of it. Lions made a move yesterday. They signed veteran Bruce Irvin officially to the practice squad. So he's somebody that's been around the league a very, very long time. He's been a big-time performer in the league as well. Former first-round draft pick. Spent a lot of time with the Seattle Seahawks. Won a Super Bowl. Signed a big deal with the Oakland Raiders, and then kind of bounced around the league a bit. And D-Mac, look, I know that people... And Spenny, you guys it broke when you guys were doing your show yesterday.
Yep.
How did the people receive it yesterday?
It was a little bit of both. There was people like me, and then there was people like Easy, where I don't really see him making much of an impact. I don't know how much he's going to obviously be a pass rush specialist. He's going to be put in there on pass rushing downs only, I'd assume. So we'll see what he can do in that. But he's 36 years old. I don't know how much of an impact he's going to make. But Easy was excited because it's something. It's help.
Yeah, and I know that, and I'm trying to balance this, D-Mac, because you know my line. We now love transactions more than actions. And the trade deadline in the NFL was a prime example of that. Because I'm just happy the Lions season's allowed to continue because they didn't make a trade at the deadline. Just according to some people, if you don't make a trade, you should cancel the season and end it.
Burn it down.
Burn it down,
Heard
absolutely.
a lot of that.
No, but Bruce Irvin, look, I like it just in the spot where here's the deal. He's 36. He has a torn ACL in his career. I think he tore his ACL about 3 years ago, something like that. But it just seems to happen when he comes into the game, things happen. And is he an everyday down guy? No. He's not going to be opposite Aiden Hutchinson for 60 plays a game. That's not happening. He's a spot guy, though. He's a spot guy that has shown, even in his advanced age, in recent years, he's had 2-sack games and things like that. If the conditions are right, D-Mac, he can make a play for you in a spot. He's not somebody you're counting on. He's not somebody you're saying, all right, 49ers, your move. No, it's not like that. It's somebody here that's proven. You know what he reeks of?
I know what I think he reeks of, but go ahead.
What does he reek of? What do you think?
He reeks of culture. He reeks of what they want in that room, practice squad. So whether he makes an impact,
he's their kind of guy.
He's their kind of guy, and he's a guy that can, bleed into it. What do we care? I don't care if he plays 5 snaps, 6 snaps, if he's impactful and can help right? What did I hear at the live stream? And the guys are frustrated, right? All I hear is look at Chase Young and look at Montez Sweat and look at this, look at that. Well, you're not in that position for that big guy because of the money yet, but you're still making moves. To me, this could be sort of integral. This is more, for lack of a better term, bringing me back in 08. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like going to Grand Rapids and then coming back and sort of being around. It wasn't the fact of being able to play, but then Holmstrom got hurt and Franzen got hurt, and I ended up playing 17 games.
And you were in a spot.
It's more of, I think, the culture, the locker room, the practice, and then we'll see what we can get. Hey, who said? Like, I'm looking at his stats right here. 138 career games. He's got 55 and a half sacks. But he knows how to get there. So if we put him in the right position, that's all we need him for a couple plays. Right? How impactful was James Houston last year? And he was only out there to do that job.
In his spot.
So I like it too, because it's another fire for the linebacker position. A guy who's played in that Seattle and that Legion of Boom and been around those guys. So to me, it's more of, this is like adding a player coach. Right, like halfway. So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe we hear more of an influence, like guys like Malcolm or Jack Campbell or the linebacker crew, just saying stuff that they've been able to talk and work on in practice. And I think that right there, adding him to the practice squad, A, the money's right, and B, there's a lot of knowledge and a lot of culture right there. They're a guy.
WoodwardSports.com chat to Ryan's reaction. Our D-line is so bad, Holmes was like Bruce Irvin would be helpful. And Ryan, I don't think that's fair, because we went around the room. And when I say around the room, I mean around the chat room, around the Woodward room, around all the rooms that everybody kind of hangs out in around here. And that was not the narrative at all. When this season started, Spenny, you remember, right? John Kaminsky, what was the take? Love it. $1 million.
2 hands.
Yeah.
Two hands. Mm-hmm. Right? He's got his cast off. He's got 2 hands this year. He's going to be more effective.
Aleem McNeil lost all the weight. Let's roll.
Yeah. He's got 4 sacks.
He's had moments.
Yeah.
Yeah, he certainly had moments. Isaiah Buggs. Mm-hmm. Was there any dissenters?
No.
None whatsoever. So, Ryan, I feel like we don't get to do that, because by and large, pretty much everybody signed off on all of it and said, yeah. And by no means do I share that viewpoint where do you think, Spenny, do you think the Lions' defensive line is, quote, bad?
I think they're bad at sacking the quarterback, but I think they're good. Obviously they're a great run-stopping offensive line. They're getting pressures, but they're not getting home. So they need help in the pass rush. And that's what he thinks this is. Again, I don't see Bruce Irvin making an impact on this team, aside from maybe a sack here or there in the playoff experience, but we'll see.
So what are we calling for? Over under 10.5 sacks the rest of the seasons for Bruce Irvin. Who says under? Nobody.
No, I think his influence, you'll see or you'll hear, it'll be more behind the scenes than it will be on the field.
And that's fair. I don't think it's as bad as Brandon Hasso. When is Hutch expected back? When do we expect Hutch back? He's missed, what, a month?
Yeah, if he goes 2 months without a sack, that's tough.
Don't look at me, because I'll get murdered by the Michigan mob.
It's true.
Because I expect him to get a sack, even though he doesn't play for Michigan anymore. So don't talk to me about that. Ryan's reaction: I don't want Sue, but people do. DNCENT, you can't just say that. Hold on, that one scrolled through. Anything that starts with "you can't say that," Neal, I'm going to read. All right, here we go. You can't just say that, Neal. Every transaction we've asked for has been addressing the defensive line since the draft, outside of DeAndre Hopkins. No, DNCENT. When we did the show, where were the Descenders, Spenny? Where?
No, I think they were fine with bringing the guys back, but
bring them home.
Yeah, people did. Obviously, I wanted a defensive line. You wanted defensive. Everybody in this room wanted Jalen Carter. It's so.
Do we like Jahmyr Gibbs?
I do like Jahmyr Gibbs a lot.
Well, all right then. That's okay. GW the Kid. I don't care if he goes without, all in caps too. I don't care if he goes without a sack, and we keep winning. I'm fine. Well, yeah, obviously.
That's fair.
GW the Kid, but I think that kind of goes hand in hand depending on who you're playing. Now, Justin Fields expected back this week. We'll get into that as the week rolls on. Mark Guy says over under 10.5 Werther's Originals in Irvin's pocket when he shows up.
That's a good one.
Is there any more old person candy than Werther's Originals?
I don't think so. I think that's the oldest person candy.
Big Mike Gentry, you giving the youngsters any Werther's Originals?
No, I don't even know what that is.
It's like when you go to your grandparents' house and
like
they
a
got the
caramel.
bowl of candies in there.
Oh, it's like the caramel ones?
Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's those are like the butterscotch ones,
yeah,
right?
Butterscotch.
Oh,
that's
that's
even
even
worse.
worse.
I got some butterscotch for you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Grandma.
Take a handful.
Yeah. I'm cutting back, Grandma. I'm just gonna take 2. Well, why don't you eat one? Okay, Grandma.
Yeah. Spit it out in the napkin when she turns around.
Butterscotch. He's 36. You think that's old enough for butterscotch?
And in the NFL years, yes. 36 is like 70 in NFL years.
Yeah. No, the caramel stuff, that's Stork chocolate Reasons. Those slap.
Yeah, those are good.
Those are really, in my heavyweight days of my own, that was my official smash fest.
Butterscotch sucks.
But, well, everyone agrees. Everybody agrees. Juice's Ghost. I love 20-year-olds who think they know everything. Mike G talking about saltwater taffy. Saltwater taffy is great. Sincerely, Maz with war bonds in the hallway.
That's up there. Saltwater taffy is also a very old guy candy.
That's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind
It's
it
a good. You don't like saltwater taffy?
Is that like what you get
It's
up
like-
at Mackinac Island?
So we go to Greenfield Village.
You can get it at a lot of different places, but for the most part, it's pretty good.
What one did I like that I was thinking of? Laffy Taffy.
Laffy Taffy, yeah.
Laffy Taffy was good. Now that one I rolled with.
Except for the banana ones.
Yeah, those sucked. But the only problem was like when you got the Laffy Taffy that had been around for a minute,
Yeah.
Hard as hell.
and it would just dissolve into
It would
crystals.
stick into the, or the plastic would stick to it.
Yeah, you bite into it and it like turned into crystal in your mouth. You know, it was like somebody was cooking. So that was it. But yeah, the moral of the story is this: Bruce Irvin, like it, as D-Mac says, probably a culture fit. Probably, you know what he's going to do too? He's going to pop up somewhere. I think you're going to forget about him, and then maybe in like the Denver game, he'll sack Russell Wilson, and everybody will be like, "That's what I'm talking about." You know, like I get the feeling that's what it'll be. So we'll see how it all plays out.
He's gonna spy Russ.
Yes, absolutely.
Two geriatrics spying each other.
Just like back in the day. Remember 20 years ago, Russ?
I'm salty. How about Hutch cook something? Man, okay, man. They're turning on your guy there, BMG, a little bit.
And I kind of stand with whoever. Like, as long as they keep winning, it's all right, I guess. But I do want to see him hit home, and him not getting to the quarterback in, damn near a month or so. It's kind of concerning, but they're winning games, so can't complain too much.
Tell me about pressures. Pressures. You're done with pressures, Spenny?
Yeah.
You don't want to hear it anymore?
I don't want to hear about pressures.
Okay. All right. Smokin' says this before we cut to the break. Drop one in your coffee. It's the bomb. Now
A Werther's original?
Any butterscotch.
Now that I guess I could maybe see that.
Drop a butterscotch in your coffee. It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially medicated.
All right. Fair enough. Tell them about Guardian.
Absolutely. No matter what, let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real expert professional technicians who take the time to recommend security and automation solutions specific to your needs. But I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. Know that a Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay out.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work, and people who have been proven to care. Business, personal, it doesn't matter. Guardian has your back. All you need to do is give them a call. The number 1-800.
Stay out.
Stay out of Sweden. Anybody trying to score on the Red Wings?
Stay out of the L column, Pistons, please.
No problem. Guardian Alarm doing a great job. Your local security experts, tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
What about Les Stanford?
Oh, absolutely. Les Stanford. You know what happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC. Same great service that customers have come to know and trust on Woodward Avenue, just south of 9 Mile Road. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Neal Ruhl here for Fairway Packing Company. All the finest restaurants, the hotels, the casinos, all of them get their dry-aged beef, their prime beef, and, of course, their Wagyu beef from Fairway Packing Company. Go to fairwaypacking.com. Check it out for yourself. They got the grab-and-go steak shop in Grosse Pointe. Most incredible ribeyes I've ever made in my life. Fairway Packing Company. Got the steak salt seasoning, dropped it on there, let it sit for a little bit, tossed them on the grill. Incredible. Dare I say life-changing in terms of what you can do with your own grill at home. Again, fairwaypacking.com. Guys, if you like steaks, you're not doing it right if you're not going to Fairway Packing Company. So again, fairwaypacking.com. Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl, and D-Mac, and Spencer Raxter, and of course Big Mike Gentry as well. All of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Talking Detroit Lions, there are some questions in the chat. Lou Sassole wants to know, how did MSU basketball look last night, Spenny? I leave that to you. Obviously, I was calling the Oakland game on ESPN Plus. Shout out Golden Grizzlies, 20-point victory over Bowling Green.
Hell yeah, go
Trey
Golden
Townsend,
Grizzlies.
another 20-piece.
It's my guy.
That is your guy. I did not get a chance to see it at all. Bring me up to speed.
Yeah, they still can't shoot. They still can't shoot.
Really?
They're not hitting threes. It's crazy. Like 3 players on this team that were 40+% three-point shooters last year. They're not hitting threes. It's bad. I don't know what's going on. I'm not freaking out yet. Obviously, it's still very early, but they need to get something going from beyond the arc, and it's Duke. So Duke had like a +17 free throw.
Yeah, it was gross.
Yeah,
it wasn't even. It was just you had to turn it off because it was just the way it was.
But you know, D-Mac, I like that because it gives you guys a taste of what I walk into every gym in America, every Power 5 gym in America. When you play Duke, fouls are 5-1. Mm-hmm. They don't even dick around. Like they put it up on the scoreboard.
Yeah.
5 fouls, MSU, 1 Duke, before the game even starts.
Yeah.
That's the way that it works. DEFCON level for you right now. I know it's not like it's not 5, but
what's the highest?
5 is the highest. One is the lowest. But it can't be 1 either.
No, I'd
Spenny.
say it's DEFCON 2.
2.5, 2.25 maybe.
Yeah, you need to get the 3-point shooting in order.
Okay. I had heard Hogard struggled again,
Yeah,
which is wild.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with him, but he told Izzo after the game, he's like, if I play like this again, you got to bench me.
Wow.
Well,
2 points.
listen. Here, first off, let me do a little psychology breakdown here.
Okay, I like this.
They're on their self-awareness, and especially if that's the way what he said is that they're so apparent to what's going on there. At least they have a chance to get out of it. A lot of times is when teams or organizations or things that we hear where they're either in denial or just going the other way. Don't believe it, sticking to their game plan. So we'll see it. So Spenny, the fact that you're not up to 3 yet, the fact that you're depth, because I think that's what keeps it down, and you're going, okay, now let me see, how are you going to get out of it? And you know what? Arguably, if Tom Izzo is this great coach, show me how to coach these guys out of it. And at the end of the day, maybe it's a blessing in disguise.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jonesy 5182. I'm late. Have I missed all the Bruce Irvin is too old comments? LOL. There were some original resets with Bruce Irvin. There was that, Jonesy. Subscribe to the podcast, by the way. iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, the Big D Energy podcast. Subscribe to that. Give it a 5-star. Spencer Raxter told you to. I just wanted to check in.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Because now we're going to get to tournament season. I didn't check it out. I don't know what they have coming up on the schedule, but I assume they're going to play a tournament somewhere. Mm-hmm. And then December is going to be their time where they can, quote, work on it. Because that's usually the time you got the last of your non-Big Ten home games. Your Alcorn States and stuff come rolling in, and you try to get right. So
that's what they actually play Alcorn State.
Do they?
Their next game.
Yeah. So there you go.
Then they play Arizona. And then Georgia Southern, and then Big Ten play starts.
Wow, when are we playing there? It was the 22nd or something?
December 18th.
18th, yeah, that's right. We're originally supposed to be at LCA, but they moved it back to Breslin.
I was going to go to that game.
Next year I'll be back at LCA, so that will be back there. Mars Islanding wants to know, when y'all going to talk hockey? I'm not. The Red Wings are on a 2-week sabbatical, so I'm not going to talk about it. Huh?
Tomorrow we'll talk hockey.
Okay. So they actually play a game tomorrow.
Got my hat on. I got my cat shirt on, so that's as hockey as it gets today.
Apparently they flew him to the moon to play this game or something like that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, I'd have to make that game.
The outdoor game. The outdoor game
on the moon.
But yeah, so we were talking about the Lions. We were talking about the Bruce Irvin thing, and one of the things that Spenny touched on, it's like he read my mind in this, because I thought, look, we get extra. That's the way we operate. Social media age, we get extra. I understand that. But the Aaron Glenn stuff and the fire Aaron Glenn and all that, that's not registering with me. It's not, and I can't understand it. And again, you can talk about, I gave you guys the example of how the defense flipped the football game in the Chargers game. It was going to be one of those games. There's 2 of those games every week in the NFL. Yes, Darren McCarty, you got a question.
Didn't we lose this game last year and earlier this year at home to Seattle?
Yes.
Same sort of thing. So we found a way to win. One of the things in defense of Aaron Glenn is that when this defense has been exposed, he's bounced back the next game and adjusted to it. At the end of the day, when we're talking about Hutch or the defense or add play, whatever, it's bottom line is winning, right? Bottom line is winning. So, yes, maybe it was ugly, but it changed. Because instead of losing these games, they found a way to get that extra possession to be like everybody else. This was going to be whoever had the ball last wins game. And they adjusted to it. I don't care. Now, I want to see task at hand, Justin Fields coming back, Chicago home game. What do we have to do? I don't know. Stop him from running for 300 yards in the first half, right? That's the imperativeness. So that's where my focus is on. Every week is a new challenge. And at the end of the day, it's just about the W. Sometimes it's going to be ugly. Sometimes it's going to be exposed. But I think you brought it up right. What he did in that game helped win them the game. Defensively. So, you can't. You're 7 and give me a break.
They stopped
Look at
him.
what's going on in the rest of the NFL. Sit back, and now if we can't stop mobile quarterback and Justin Fields continues to run, because that's still the question. That's a question to Aaron Glenn. Can you now dial up a defense to contain Justin Fields? But we're on to the next week. He gets a check mark for last week because they won.
And, again, guys, I know it wasn't recent in the game. First 4 drives for the Chargers, they got 3 points out of them, and the Lions had a takeaway. And they flipped the game. They flipped the game. They were getting the ball to start the second half, and they were always front running in the football game. And why? Because the defense made some stops at the beginning of the game. And then the horses just got out of the barn. There's always two of those games in the NFL every single week. You don't know which ones they're going to be. Sometimes it's weird ones that get like that, but they do. That's the way it happens. Not every game is the same. Not everything is linear. So I just this fire Aaron Glenn thing. Where are they at with the rush defense? They're still in the top 5 still. Mm-hmm. Like, what are we talking about? Fire Aaron Glenn. When you start talking through this, doesn't it sound stupid? It's one of the dumber things we've had to discuss here on this show. And we've talked to a lot of dumb people. Sam Flannel, etc.
I agree.
Like, D-Mac, help me understand that mentality, because I can't.
I mean, there's questions. You're allowed to bring up questions for your DC, but the fact that you want to fire him after he's winning and stuff, and I know there's question. Okay, about adjusting the second half and this and that game plan, whatever it is, whatever it was, they won the game. Now that's what this week's for, to look and see what you can improve on so it doesn't happen again, and what you have to do to prepare for the Chicago team, which is different than the San Diego team. So, no, my hat's off to Aaron Glenn. They're finding a way to get it done. All we want is to get it done. I don't care how. They don't ask how, they ask how many. And right now we got 7. We got to get 8 after this week.
Motown Cool says it is stupid, Neal, 100%. And yeah, I don't get it. And then Hoof Hearted, don't fire Glenn just yet, but he's for sure on the hot. They got a top 5 rush defense, man. What are we talking about here? Somebody help me. Spenny, help me.
What the fuck?
Easy, Sam Flannel. Somebody help me. Like, please, I'm asking. I help a lot of you all the time. I'm being vulnerable right now.
That's the way the NFL is, Neal, isn't it? What we saw with the way the rules are and everything else, you got to be prepared to defend. Didn't you see more so the adjustment to hang on and realize, because, Dan Campbell's play call and just whatever else, it was about having the ball last. Having the ball last and taking it down. I mean, can we not just congratulate them because it's something that we saw that them not do?
They currently have the 3rd best run defense in the NFL.
Oh, shocker.
And who cooked them?
Behind the Eagles and the Bears, surprisingly.
Like, who are the quarterbacks that cooked them?
Lamar Jackson, Justin Herbert, and Geno Smith.
And what quarterback did they contain that's in that?
Patrick Mahomes.
You see what I'm saying here, man?
Yeah.
Like, why does everybody want the present wrapped perfectly all the time? You know what you guys are right now? You guys are when I try to wrap a present at my house and my wife's standing over my shoulder. Like, that's what it's like. I'm like, here, it's wrapped. She's like, oh, well, the bow, you got to tie the knot tighter on the bow. No, it's wrapped. Mission accomplished. The job is done.
It's going to get ripped through anyway.
Yeah, 100%.
You ask the kids and say, hey, do you remember what that present looked like? Wait, what?
No,
was mine blue or was mine red? I don't know.
I don't know.
Because they ripped through it so fast.
Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, what are we doing? Actually, you know what? Stop.
Hammer time.
Take a breath. Everybody, same time. Ready? Deep breath. In. Out. This is what good teams do to their team. They break it down like this, and they're never satisfied. Oh, my gosh, Neal, we got a legitimately good team because we're acting like, the good teams.
Jay Singles, Ravens and Browns both have great defenses. That game finished 33-30. Happens.
That is true.
And that one, BMG, you were red zoning that day. Like, that game was just kind of going through the motions, and then all of a sudden it was like, that happens in this league, man.
And that was even kind of like the same way with the Texans game, and that game ended up being high scoring too. It was slower at the start, and then the offenses just kept going. It doesn't matter how good the defense is, sometimes those games will happen. So.
This is crazy, and I'm stunned by there are people in this chat right now saying still fire this man.
There's a lot of people saying it.
I can't even. This is the first time. Been doing this job just about a decade. Been in the talk sports game for a decade. This is the first time I'm at a loss for words. For real, it is. First time ever.
What about Big Boy?
Let me tell you about Big Boy. I'm never at a loss for words at Big Boy because it's comfort food time. You guys know it's winter. BMG's wearing a hoodie every day. D-Mac's got the toque on, or as we call it, a winter hat on. And it's time for the down-home comfort foods at Big Boy. The veal parmesan, Spenny. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. The Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl as well.
That's what it's all about.
More of a breakfast person. The stuffed potato pancakes, the classic lumberjack, the Santa Fe Garden, as well as new apple pie hotcakes that are too good to miss. Darren McCarty's a sicko. He'll have those hot apple pie pancakes and he'll chase it with a gingerbread shake. You're out of control.
So good.
Get to your local Big Boy today.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have D-Mac on your landscaping crew.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White and Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
How would you like to win a $100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in the city that never sleeps.
Yes.
It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase a 24-pack today and enter to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron. Go to drinkcintron.com/Vegas and figure out how you can sign up to win.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network. About 10 minutes, I will release my first Woodward Sports Heisman ballot for you guys. And that's how I see it. And I'm not apologizing for it. I have facts and reasons. So we will get you to that coming up in just a few minutes. I do want to address this, though, because Spencer Raxter is making the claim that the Vikings are, in fact, going to win the NFC North Division.
I never said that.
He says it right here on the show. I think the Vikings are going to win the NFC North. What do you think? Especially you, D-Mac. What do you think? He wrote it like that on the sheet. He did not. He did not write that on the sheet. He just asked the question.
No, it says, is the Vikings' success making you worried like I am that the Vikings will win the North?
That's right. That's what it says.
I mean, just read it verbatim at least.
Sorry.
Gosh, to put words in the kid's mouth.
It says, is the Vikings' success making you worried for NFC North? That is not what I said. I did not say I think.
That's not what you said?
That is what I said.
Oh, okay.
I did not say they're going to win the NFC North.
Are you serious? Really? Are we seriously having this Josh Dobbs? It's a great story and stuff like this, but do we believe he's the next coming of Patrick Mahomes or whatever like that? Yeah, he's doing a hell of a job with his legs. And the thing that makes me worried a little bit, right, which we will see this weekend. Let's see how we can adjust to a mobile quarterback in Justin Fields in his first game back, which you expect to be a little rusty. Home crowd, hopefully the fans, I expect them to be raucous, making it hard for the offense, which is going to be tougher for Fields, coming out of the stands into a hostile environment, right? But, seriously though, Josh Dobbs, guys. he was on your practice squad.
Yeah, he was.
Right? And I know they're going to get Jefferson back, and, they got all this, and they're playing with a lot of confidence. But no, absolutely not. You should be offended by that. And the fact, I would be. And there's no way you set yourself up as a Detroit Lions to put yourself in this division. You want to run this division for the next, 4 or 5 years. Then no, you got to put them back in their place. It's one thing if it was Kirk Cousins, and no disrespect to Josh Dobbs and his story and stuff like this, but this is Josh Dobbs.
Thank you.
So make right. We know he can run. We have to adjust to that. Make him beat you with his arm. Now he's done what he's supposed to do. He's done great, and I love the story. But please, it's Josh Dobbs.
That is it. If Woodward wants a new T-shirt, just make a T-shirt that says it's Josh Dobbs. That's my statement on it.
So
it's Josh Dobbs.
If you let Josh Dobbs run your show and beat you like he's done to the other two teams, then you are absolutely. You want to talk about Aaron Glenn and you want to talk about things like that. That's when some of those conversations could come up. It's Josh Dobbs, Neal.
I'm salty. Dobbs looks better than Goff. So does C.J. Stroud.
C.J. Stroud definitely does, but Dobbs doesn't. I don't think Dobbs does.
Here's
Dobbs can move around though. Like that, I'll give him that. He's looked good. It's not like
Dobbs has been clutch at clutch moments, and props to him and believing in himself and doing what he needs to do. But this is one guy, right? Please, you've set yourself up. Put everything right. I mean, there are more questions there. This is Josh Dobbs. That's just my opinion.
Super Saiyan Lions dumb comments out there, so that's out there as well. Hey, I'm with you. People are on one today. Steve Wild said, and Steve Wild shares my sentiment. He says, "Bro, they'll lose this week." I'm close to making that a get right.
Who they playing?
They're at Denver on Sunday night. Here's the deal, guys. I'll get granular on it. You want reasons? You want granular reasons as to why? Here's the deal. They are 4-1 on the road. 4-1 on the road, and they're still 2 games back in the loss column to the Lions. There's your granular reason. Well, they're gonna go 7-1 on the road. For real, they gonna do that?
Josh Dobbs comes into your trap, takes over your trap.
He bees in the trap.
He bees in the trap.
No question. But I understand that. That will not last. That cannot last. It won't last. They're 4-1 on the road. I hear you want something, BMG? You want something?
Russ cooking? Just
it's a spot. It's a spot. It's not that Russ is cooked. His 199 yards probably, yes. Well, because I'll call Josh Dobbs. You want me? You know what I'll do? I'll cook up a designer same game for Sunday night. Right. I got to get it to Booner. Okay. We got to get a Neal Ruhl approved. I'll get you a same game parlay, and it's going to revolve around a Josh Dobbs interception.
All right, I like it.
I'm going to get it in there for sure.
If the Broncos win this game, that'll be 4 in a row for them.
Yes, and yes, in this spot with Josh Dobbs on the road against the Vikings, his 40 passes for 199 yards will work. They will make it work because Josh Dobbs will make it work. There's going to be a regression. They're not going to be, they're 4-1. They're not going to be 4-1 in their next batch of road games. It's just not happening. It can't happen. It doesn't happen in the NFL. So you want to play? You want a system play, BMG? I know you like this stuff. Like just fade them on the road the rest of the way.
All right.
Blind bet it. Come up with a unit you're comfortable with and blind bet it the rest of the way. For real.
I'm looking up the road opponents for the rest.
Doesn't matter.
What's the blind bet?
You come up with your unit play. Say it's $50 or whatever it is, and you just blind bet them. Bet against the Vikings on the road the rest of the way. All the time. They like that play in the back.
Yeah, it sounds like they like it.
They're excited for it.
It is 100 units.
Yes.
So they go on the road and face the Raiders and the Bengals and the Lions. Those are their next 3 road games aside from the Broncos.
Fade.
Yeah. I don't know.
Straight ticket. Fade. What do you usually bet on? If you're betting on a game, BMG, what do you bet? $20?
30 usually.
$30?
Yeah.
$25 every game. Yeah. Straight fade.
I'll do it. I'll do that. I actually like that. I don't mind that at all.
There's no thought process to it. There's no thinking. If you like a number when it posts on Sunday, take it that Sunday. If not, let it ride out, but take it every single week.
I dig it.
Gentry's going to take it.
So,
Spence.
waiting for the Jeff Iafrate drops. Come on, let's get on. Let's get on board.
Just made a drop right there, and now they're going to clip that.
I'm on my knees, Lucas.
Children, D-Mac, what do you think about the system, the no-thought system there?
It's you're not going to overthink it, right? No, I mean, it's whether it works or not, but the process and the thought process going. And sometimes with gambling, too, is think about how many times you jump back and forth, and then, you should have gone the original way. So if you believe this in the whole scheme of things, the 30,000-foot view of how it's going to end, right? You already got the finish line. Might as well. I like it, and because it's units, right? So you're only betting a unit, taking a unit on it.
That's it.
Read those stats to me, Daddy.
It takes the whole guesswork out, and it puts your money where your mouth is.
So again,
accountability, HR, we like it.
We'll see how that shakes itself out. But I'm telling you guys, I'm going to be right out. I'm going to make you money.
And the best part, Mikey, is you get to sit here every week and stare at Neal, whether it's right or whether it's wrong.
I can take all you can bring.
Hey, yo.
You cannot. That's a lie.
Oh boy. Zach Springs says water finds its level. It's undefeated, Zach. It is. They're not going.
It's just like setting the spreads and the lines. How close to the lines in football? Why is it 4.5? Why is it 2.5? Why is it this? Why is it that? It's the same sort of thing.
Nicholas Duncan says you should be bricked, not tucked.
Always. Sexual. You know what you should also do?
Stay insured.
Absolutely. Football's on the brain, college professional. Great seasons. We're talking bets, whatever it is, but don't forget about your insurance. You should shop your home, your auto, and do it with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports. They should be covering you too. Give our friend Mark a call at Swiss Insurance, 248-800-4177. Go to SwissINS.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Woodward Sports' own Tom Mazaway and Sam Stick Day will be hosting our Lions postgame show after every Lions game all season long. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel for his hot-off-the-press takes, game analysis, and Kool-Aid sipping celebrations. You won't want to miss it. Join Maz, Stick, and special guests each week immediately following every Lions game, exclusively on the WSN YouTube channel.
Tired of wearing the same old Detroit sports wearables? We got you covered, everybody. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Get it in, get it out there. The Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. That is a banger. Everybody is rolling out with the Stoke Not Scared t-shirt. It's hoodie season, as Big Mike Gentry reminds you every single day. Get the hoodies. It's fall going directly into winter. The toques, as D-Mac would call them. I call it a winter hat, but whatever. You can get a toque with a Woodward Sports logo on it. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, it's all represented. There's even a Woodward Sports golf line. Go to woodwardsports.com/shop. Keeping it pushing here, pulling up on hour number 2. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Darren McCarty and Spencer Raxter and Sam Flannel. Brendan Dillinger says that merch is all pretty cool. WoodwardSports.com/shop. Pull up on it right there. Mars is Landing. I need that Stoke Not Scared t-shirt in a hoodie. Bring it home. Bring it home, everybody. You can get it in there. Ransom. Russell Wilson will throw a touchdown pass, do a couple lunges, point to the camera, and say, "That's for you, Neal." Ransom, this is the spot. It is the spot. And yes, his 199 yards on 40 pass attempts will be enough to win this weekend. Minus 2.5. Did you get it in right now? Don't let it get to 3 on you. Don't let it get to 3 on you. Take it now. If you're doing it. I'm not telling you have to do it. I would do it. You know what? I'm not just going to... Hey, we'll stamp it. Get right. Broncos burned us this year, so they owe us. They burned us. I was right at the... I was at the 30 games over 500. I was 47-17. I took 2 L's, and we're 47-19. Get right. Lock it in.
Broncos?
Lock it in.
Okay.
Lock it in.
Straight up or with the points?
Well, yeah, lay the 2.5.
See, we don't just talk about it here on Big D Energy. We are about it.
Yeah.
There it is. Get right.
There it is. Get right. It's in, and it's in now. Get it now. That line will move to 3. You want to get real cute? You want to get real cute on it? Take the Broncos now, and then when game time comes, I promise you that spread will be at 3. If you want to get real cute,
take them again.
Take the Vikings and plus.
You want to pinch it.
If you want to get cute, you want to get granular.
Thought we're into winning units.
No, we are. I'm saying if you want to get cute. I'm not saying get right. I'm guaranteeing.
Right. It was just. It would end being a get right, and it would be a squeeze play, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Peaceful Tim. Neal has bashed on the Broncos and Sean Payton all season. Now he's a fan.
Not a fan. We don't choose the games. The games choose us. How many times does he have to tell you that? It's irrelevant. Now, the fact that we look, do you think that we, Darren McCarty and Neal Ruhl, Big D Energy, want to put the bag on Sean Payton and Russell Wilson? Absolutely not.
Let them cook.
But the spot tells us we have to.
Guys, this isn't linear. Perfect.
Thank you.
Can we get a recording of that one and just run it back the next time?
I mean, unbelievable. They say don't pay attention, Mike. Only when Neal talks. It's just selective hearing.
WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Chad216. I trust you, Neal. GW the kids. Say less, Neal. So, yeah, the people know. The people that are on it know. They know. 47-19. The push for 50. I got to get to 50-20 at a minimum. I prefer 50-19 sounds fucking dominant. I got to get to 50-19. I have to hit these next 3. Mm-hmm. Have to. And there are some spots. But yeah, we're. Brendan says he accidentally pinched it earlier this morning.
Hell yeah.
Pinch the loaf.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's Cat Spot. Judy and Sutton aren't good enough. It's a spot, Cats. Jay Singles,
listen,
I don't trust you, Neal. Not after that issue
he
pulled.
He doesn't bet games.
Yeah, that is true. Jay Singles says, I don't trust you, Neal. Not after the issue pulled last week. What ish did I pull other than going 2-0-1? The get right was a push last week.
We were both 2-0-1. Yeah. Went off at 3.
Yeah. So, that's what it was. Sorry I didn't lose a game, and that's not good enough for you guys. Sorry. A victim of my success. All right, guys, it's time. I'm doing this for the network all the way till we bring it home on Heisman weekend in New York City. It is my first rendition. It's not final. It is my first rendition of Neal Ruhl's Woodward Sports Heisman ballot. I lay it all out there for you. I give you my top 5. And, guys, it's pretty simple right here. For me, at number 5, Marvin Harrison Jr. And, look, the deal with him is pretty simple. He is in some rarefied air among Ohio State wide receivers. Now, when you look around your TV at the National Football League, there's a pretty good chance an Ohio State receiver's making a play on that TV screen, right? He's already going back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, which is something that you don't see at Ohio State. And he's their guy. He is single-handedly... Ohio State was just the number 1 ranked team in the playoff up until yesterday. Mm-hmm. He is the sole reason why, offensively. He is that guy. Number 4, there's a lot of hate in the streets for this guy until you look at the resume. Caleb Williams is still up there. Oh, by the way, he won a Heisman last year too. And the numbers are very, very good again because they haven't won the way you want them to. And guys, I'll put this right out there. You don't have to be 11-0 to be on my Heisman ballot. You just got to be one of the best football players in America. And Caleb Williams is still that, guys. He is still that. 29 passing touchdowns, 4 interceptions, tons of rushing touchdowns. The production is there. How about this? Can we flip that narrative on Caleb Williams and say, man, he's really carried a very mid defense this year?
Yeah, but he was always up against it. What have you done for
100%.
me lately? Being the defending champ, and you either have the ones that are everything to repeat, but with the Heisman, they don't like repeats. Right?
Right.
They don't like repeats. So, I mean, he was against it the minute they lost their first game. But he is having one of the best seasons.
No,
stats.
I mean, look at the numbers. And they played, they played a tough schedule. They played actual, good football teams and things like that as well. So that's what it is with me. And I know it doesn't fit the narrative. I understand that. But that is the way that the people have been leaning on him. And I don't understand it, man. I just don't. So, whatever. He's still, to me, he's the 4th best player in America right now. Number 3, Michael Penix. And if this list was 2 weeks ago, chances are he would probably be number 1. But things move quickly in college football, and this thing is fluid. And I give Bo Nix the edge right now. I just do, because you've had those clunkers with Penix. And they're clunkers for him, right? Like the Arizona State one steps out. I mean, granted, it's not 140 yards and 3 interceptions against Bowling Green like some quarterbacks who are quote-unquote in the Heisman race have done. But the 275 with no touchdowns against Arizona State, that did happen. So, for me, I do have it out there. But he has lit it up. There is no doubt. And I'm not going to die on the hill for it. Like, if you wanted to say, if you say you had Penix 2 and Bo Nix 3, I can't crush you on that. But for Bo Nix, I got him at number 2. Or, Spenny, Oregon's got that feel right now, don't they?
Yeah.
Do they play each other?
They have, yes. They have played each other already. Washington got the win. Yep.
Right. So, and that could be, I mean, I know it's both quarterbacks against each other, but I think you nailed it there.
But I think when they go back at it in the Pac-12 championship game, I think Oregon's going to get the better.
Okay.
And I think Bo Nix will put it out there. Plus, he's on a heater right now, man. 800 yards, 8 touchdowns his last 2 games. Against USC was one of those teams. So, it is right there for me.
And isn't it too, Neal, now, right? Like from now to the end of the season, this is when everybody pays attention.
Yes.
So, and your number 1 guy?
Number 1. And I think he's got a pretty good gap between him and the rest of the people on the list. I'm giving the Heisman to Jaden Daniels.
Is that because of last week?
Last week plays a part in it, but you know what it is overridingly with it? You look at his numbers, and I love Katz too here saying, I love Katz on there talking about, Jaden Daniels was trash against Florida State, the biggest game of the year. Oh, the 347 and the touchdown, that he threw for, which quote-unquote trash. I'm not penalizing him because they play good teams. That plays a part in it too. Who are you doing it against? Who are you going up against? And guys, when you look at leaders, when you look at passing yard leaders, and Daniels is 3rd, passing touchdown leaders, he leads the country in that department with 30. And oh, by the way, he's going to run for over 1,000 yards. Like, D-Mac, it's not close to me. He's the best college football player in America. And I don't see a path for somebody to overtake him. You can't tell me about their games. This isn't the MVP of the best team. This is the best football player in America. That's Jaden Daniels to me.
Yeah, dual threat by far, just for what he does with his legs on the ground too. So, I think what I like about this list, I think that what are you going to see? 3-4 guys, the top 3 guys there, and I think that if anybody else makes it, it would be Marvin Harrison. throwing the wide receiver. Just, because everybody agrees that as far as your best athlete, he's probably, second.
No question.
Could arguably. So it all depends on. But again, it goes down to the votes, and it all depends on how these games play out down the stretch into the playoffs. When do the votes have to be in?
You have up until the week. I think the week of the conference championship games, like that Monday.
So you still got time. Mix it up. It'll be interesting to see if anything moves next week.
Spenny, where you at with the list there? Go ahead.
I like it for sure. I would still put Penix up.
I have a slight right there, like at the end. I gotta wait and see. But your top three is solid.
See, I think that there's a gap.
Can you put it up there again?
What's that? Spenny? Yeah.
I think there is, but Neal, I also think that unfortunately, I don't want to say this, but Katz's point to. Like, there's too many Katzes out there with a vote that will look at the Alabama game or look at other things as a team and hold it against him instead of the individual. But hopefully not.
I like the top three, but I think Marvin Harrison should be 4 in front of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, but again, like, I don't think people realize when you look at those statistics with Caleb Williams, it still jumps off the page at you. Yeah. Now, it doesn't because he won the Heisman last year. But again, this is in a vacuum. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, his name is still splattered all over the leaderboard.
You say
for
that,
everything.
But I don't think the voters are in a vacuum. A lot of the times, right? What you're saying is true, but I think it hurts him. It ended up hurting him, the fact that he won last year, so now out of sight, out of mind.
And there is an element to that, too. Like, it hurts him that he won. Which is pretty crazy.
Because once they lose the game, once the team's out of it, and especially after the second loss, everybody goes, "Oh, okay."
And Katz, by the way, that want to crack on the Alabama game. Yeah, you're right. Jaden Daniels was pretty awful in that game. 219 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 11 carries for 163 yards and a touchdown.
11 carries for 163 yards and a touchdown against Alabama?
But he was trash. You say. Like, people aren't understanding that, yeah. Spencer.
11 for.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. He's the leading touchdown passer.
He's my number one.
Yeah, he's leading the nation in touchdown passes. He's got 4 interceptions. He's 3rd in passing yards. And oh, by the way, he's going to run for 1,000 yards and 10 more touchdowns.
Where is he rushing overall? Running backs, everything. Where is he in the nation in rushing? Because he's got to be top 5, top 10, right?
Right.
Like, he's up there too. So I mean, like, come on.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy to me that people. To me, he's unilaterally the Heisman winner. And then, like, coming off last week, doing stuff that's never been, what he throw for like 350, ran for 250, some kind of crazy-ish like that. Like, to me, it's not close. It is not close. But, I was waiting for this one. I forget who it was. Hey, Neal, how come you don't have JJ on the list? I know you're doing it tongue-in-cheek. Is he still on the list?
No,
That was a frickin' pro throw. I mean, I think, look, I'll just say, Heisman. Well, he definitely will be in New York for the Heisman. I think he's going to be the number 1 player selected in the NFL draft, unless it's like a Marvin Harrison kind of thing. The way he can beat you with his head, the way he can beat you with his legs, the way he can beat you with his arm. J.J. McCarty. Now, I've said a lot of outlandish things on the air, and I'm willing to take the incoming all you want. Feel free. Fine. I am willing to take it. J.J. McCarthy is going to be the first quarterback taken in the draft.
I'm just saying, those people are out there. Because it's clear J.J. McCarthy's much better than Jaden Daniels is. Much better. Like that time he played Bama, he only threw for 219 yards.
Yeah.
And 2 touchdowns. And only ran for 163. Now, I know JJ can beat you with his arm or his legs.
Yeah.
But I missed the time he played Bama. His worst game of the year. And did that.
It's fair.
Those are the people out there, man. Those are the people out there. So, let's go Red Wings party. There's a judge on call if JJ doesn't get an invite to New York. Does that judge work at Michigan and go to Michigan? I'm just asking. Because sometimes they do. Planet Fitness, home of the judgment-free zone, where anyone can work on their fitness goals. Squeaky clean facilities. You guys, I tell you about that stuff all the time. Tons of equipment. That's the other thing. You're going to be out there, you're training for a half marathon or something, you're going to be on that treadmill for an hour and a half, doesn't matter. They have tons of treadmills out there. You want to be like Spenmo Racks and it's back day, you want to get the weights on, that's fine. Tons of weight equipment as well. 30-minute circuit if you're pressed for time. Hey, to quote Tupac, how do you want it? You can do it any way you want it at Planet Fitness, the very best gym in the gym game today. $1 down, $10 a month for access to your home club. You move around a lot, you want the black card, you go to any Planet Fitness in America for just $24.99 a month. And there's over 2,400 of them, 50 in Metro Detroit alone. Sounds pretty simple to me. I'll never be at another gym. Love me some Planet Fitness. Go to planetfitness.com or pull in the parking lot. You can join there. It's Planet Fitness, Darren McCarty.
Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equip, co-official equipment provider of Woodward Sports. Michigan-grown, family-owned Bad Boy Motors, tractor steel, handhelds, chasing Spenny with the weed, whippers, Liberty trailers, Generac generators, SnowX plows, and Salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. Buy it, rent it, 0% financing delivered to your doorstep. OutdoorEquipCo.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Darren McCarty and Spencer Raxter and BMG. 23 Sadie apparently very badly wants me to cook up a parlay. So I will. I'll have this going. By the end of the show, 23 Sadie, I'll get you a same game on the Broncos in Minnesota. All right? I'll do it for you. I'll do it for the people. Yeah, ask. All you got to do is ask. And I'll do it. I have a good mentor in that regard. Young Darren McCarty. It just in terms of servitude, I guess you could say.
To the people.
To the people. Serve the people.
About the people.
Yeah. So
about the sports.
I've had a good mentor as far as that goes. Smokin says Ermanni's take on JJ is how all other Michigan fans look at Hutchinson. I didn't mean for that to turn into all of that. So, that's something where I'm not going. Real cream of wheat. Neal, can you eat some cream of wheat for me? No, I can't. That's where it stops. I will not be abused, D-Mac, right?
Yes.
Fine line.
What am I, a clown?
Yeah, you have to say no to the people.
Laugh.
You have to say no to the people at times. So
funny like a clown.
Boundaries, Neal.
Boundaries.
Boundaries.
Boundaries. Spenny, I did want to ask you, because he's a Spartan dog, Draymond Green.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He did.
Rip his head off.
D-Mac, I don't know if you caught that act.
I'm reading Uncle Neal's soft feet facts. The fight between the Warriors and Timberwolves last night. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
I did not. What happened was
it was kind of relatable in hockey to when someone grabs your captain and then you have the big ass defenseman come out of nowhere and just grip him up from
somebody
behind.
grabbed Steph.
No, Clay.
Yeah.
Step out.
Somebody grabbed your Fedorov.
Clay and Jaden McDaniels got into it a little bit. They were going back and forth and like ripping each other's jersey and stuff. And then Gobert came up and like put his hands on Clay's neck, and Draymond came in and put Gobert in a headlock and dragged him down the court for like it was like 10 seconds. I loved it. It might have been a little too far, but I hate Rudy Gobert. So
any punches? Well, he did start COVID, right?
He did. He shut down the league.
He did.
And he cried when he didn't make an All-Star team.
To be fair, though, it looked like he was only trying to break it up, but it is.
Don't touch my guys.
Yeah.
Dude, I get it. What am I?
What
would I have done in that situation?
Yeah.
Did he get thrown out?
Yes.
Yeah, Clay got. There was a whole mess of people got thrown out.
Was there
2
punches
minutes
thrown?
into the
There
game.
was no punches
thrown.
Like I said,
Before a point was even scored.
I thought you said there was a fight.
A kerfuffle?
Skirmish.
A run-in?
Skirmish. It was a skirmish.
So I guess my question is to Spencer. Now, what should the punishment be if it was not Rudy Gobert? Like, say that was...
2 weeks.
Say that was, I don't know, like Jokic or something.
There's no punches thrown.
10 games. D-Mac,
you grab my guy by the throat, and then I come in and take you by a headlock?
And, like, paraded him around the arena.
Yeah, he walked him up.
Good.
He was awesome.
Gobert better get the same.
So he did that. But
wait, hold on a second.
Gobert didn't get ejected.
But you told me he put his hands on Clay's throat.
Yeah.
Oh, so, what do they call this? To Draymond, what are they doing to him?
The French Revolution.
No, but I mean, they're singling him out.
Yeah, singling him out, make an example of it. Well, he's got a little bit more of a prior...
I get it, but did you not tell me that Rudy Gobert, you said Clay and somebody else were grabbing jerseys, pushed back and forth, and Gobert put his hands around Clay's neck?
It looked like he was doing like one of these, but I don't know. It all happened so fast.
Oh,
so.
I mean,
but Draymond,
I don't know. Did I hear it wrong, or did I? Again, remember, I was raised by John Rambo. I thought first blood was drawn. There was no punches thrown.
Right.
Draymond throwed restraint. If I got... anyways, not my game. Not my sport game.
This is gold right now. Look at him getting worked up. Look at...
I get it if Draymond came in there, if they were like this, and Draymond came in and grabbed them right away, like whatever, doing stuff that we see Draymond... But if... I don't understand.
Draymond's a rider.
Yeah, D-Mac. Here's
double standard. Thanks, LFG.
Here, that's what Draymond did to Gobert.
Oh, I think I saw this picture. Oh, it's just a reverse choke lock. Yeah, dude. Oh,
it's like a normal Friday night.
What a flop by Rudy. What a softie. Okay, whatever. Don't get me started.
How would you rate that chokehold?
Hey, you know what? Thank God I played when I played.
How would you rate that chokehold?
Well, that's a good grasp, right? Because here's the thing: Gobert's got no chance of getting the arm underneath it. You should ask your son this.
I have the breakdown that my son would do right now.
Would you too? Whatever like that. Like Gobert is strictly in trouble. Like when you got your full neck exposed right there, he can put him out. Absolutely, choke him out, put him out. If he hits the button on the side here, boom, night.
Yeah,
that's close to sleeper.
Look at that look on his face.
That's in trouble. That's a guy in trouble. You see that in the UFC fights. You got to protect your neck. See, Gobert, you got to get your chin down, bro.
Yeah.
What does your son say?
So here's how his breakdown. Jay Single says he doesn't really have it locked. He could breathe. He thinks he could breathe, and that's kind of where I am with it. Like you see, like the V of his elbow, he needs to be more down towards the chin to get it fully locked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's got him. But here's the one thing: where's his next motion? Like this is captured on camera. He's got it if he wants to lock it in.
Right, but Gobert, because they're not on the ground, Gobert can turn with it. You know what I'm saying? To always keep that little gap.
Well, if he wants to choke him out, what he has to do is present his back and pull him into a then he's got no choice for Gobert straight back. No, like to that point, Draymond's not trying to choke him out or whatever. It looks like he's trying to pull him back and restrain him. And you already told me I'd like to see the picture before if we had it of the skirmish and of Gobert going in there first.
But here's
now, do I not think beyond this, it being Rudy Gobert?
Please leave that up too, Spenny.
And Draymond Green didn't know he was there and sort of maybe, I'm not going to say he targeted him, but I know who's on the court. I know Gobert's on the court, and I'm waiting for you to be froggy and jump.
Yeah, well, here's my interpretation of this photo that we have right here, too. Where's Rudy Gobert from?
France.
One man in this picture is from France.
Yeah.
And another man in this picture is from Saginaw.
Sang nasty.
I'll let you interpret who is who.
Yep.
and from where each one is from.
So did Draymond have they handed out suspensions or anything?
Not yet.
Today, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Like
Gobert
that.
didn't get see, double standard.
And look, Draymond's going to get more.
Oh, yeah.
Just put the way that looks right there.
So
he's going to
funny.
get more. But Spenny, my question to you is, if that were somebody else, Jokic or one of the Pistons, that the league just kind of, discards.
Doesn't care about, yeah.
What would that suspension be?
Probably 10 games, like I said, yeah.
What should it be because he did it to Rudy Gobert?
2 games.
He should get he should get a bonus.
Yeah.
No game.
Yeah, no games. Yeah, cut him a check.
No game.
Spenny, let me ask you this though, because looking at that picture, right? Your Sparty fandom's at a 2.5 DEFCON. It's sort of lowered it to 2 2/4, right? Like that's Sparty dogs still out there being Sparty dogs, right?
Yep.
No, God bless Draymond playing his role. Don't touch my guys.
Ransom.
I just don't understand, Neal. You told me that Rudy Gobert got in there first. Is that not?
But he was removed.
Today's society.
He was removed.
And isn't Gobert a lot bigger than Draymond?
Yes.
Wyatt Bear said Jokic's brothers would have handled it for him.
That is true. You don't have problems with the Serbians, man. Those guys are fucking...
Ain't that the truth?
Those guys are scary, dude. They
Sorry,
pulled up on
Mr.
Marcus
Sorry,
Morris.
Mr. Yost.
Yeah, Marcus Morris.
Yeah.
And who?
Like Jokic can't take care of himself.
But he doesn't have to.
I know he doesn't have to.
Pulled up on Marcus Morris, and he started talking different.
He looks like he's drowning.
Hey, you know what? Remember that
he's
story
not
Lindsay
looking
said
down on
about
him,
Ben
makes
Wallace and Eric Snow sitting on the car?
Yeah.
Could you imagine a couple Serbians sitting on your car?
No.
That might even be worse than Ben.
Probably. Ransom says, from Saginaw, bring him home.
Bring him home.
Bring him home.
You don't want that.
Don't want those problems.
I'm glad to see it happen to Rudy Gobert, though,
Me
too,
too.
Spenny.
Me
I
too.
don't hate him.
I hate Rudy.
I don't hate him with the passion of 1,000 suns like you do.
That's fair.
But in that moment, and he did start COVID. He created it. I know China gets a lot of the blame. Rudy Gobert started it
Rudy
all.
Gobert is the most useless player in the history of the NBA when he's not 3 feet away from the basket. He does absolutely
Dude,
nothing.
Rudy
he's averaging
if
like
it
a
doesn't,
double-double,
here,
but
let me break it down.
I get it.
Right?
I get the hate, but he's not.
Let the
I
king
said,
of karma break
when he's-
it down, right? Do you remember what he did at that press conference right before when he licked all the microphones and
Yeah.
He's a
karma is real. If it doesn't tell you on the outskirts, you don't need to know anything about it. But I mean, guy's a little sus.
Man,
in my
shut
book.
down the NBA. And like I said, if he is not 3 feet from the basket, he is absolutely useless on the basketball court.
Got a point.
I just love the hate. I'm here for the hate, man. I absolutely am. I do not hate Premier Pet Supply, though,
No, you
at
shouldn't
all.
hate Premier Pet Supply. And, Draymond took his dog for a walk, and you might need to take your dog for a walk. And you can get everything you need at Premier Pet Supply. When it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations, over 60 brands of food, lowest prices, and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
One of the greatest segues in the history.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy. Try our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger. Turn up the heat with Bob's Hot Chicken Sandwich. Upgrade those regular fries with our chili cheese fries or loaded baked potato fries. Hit your sweet tooth with funnel cake fries or Reese's chocolate peanut butter thunder cake. Load up on all your favorites today at Big Boy.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good, it's like the whiff of the first playoff win in 31 years. A gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. Trust me, they're so smooth. They really are. I probably have one later on today. If you want one too, find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Code word Woodward Glorious. Go to www.gloriouscanna.com.
Keeping it pushing here, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Darren McCarty and Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter. As well, all of you in the woodwardsports.com chat thread. Appreciate all the interaction with the Heisman ballot. People were fired up. And guys, look, I approach this in real life. Like, who's the best college football player in America? And no, J.J. McCarthy is not and will not be on that Heisman ballot. There's no way he can get in the stratosphere of all those other guys that we talked about. But that's not to say that, he's not going to get taken pretty highly in the NFL draft. That's not to say that. But Spencer asked the question. Such a mean Sparty asked the question. And I'm curious to get the people's thoughts out there. Put your mock draft propaganda aside, what you've been force-fed and all of that. Is J.J. McCarthy still a first-round talent?
Yes.
Based on what?
You've just seen it. And a lot of these guys, quarterbacks that have been drafted in the past, are just drafted off straight potential. And J.J.'s actually won games. He's played good against Ohio State. He's about to be 6-0 against MSU, Penn State, Ohio State. So you can't say, and he's played in big games. And if you're drafting off potential, we've had people in this network that wanted Malik Willis in the first round. If you're making points for fucking Malik Willis, there's no way you're riddling me that J.J. McCarthy's not a first-round pick. No, he's not going to go in the top 5, but he'll be anywhere from 10 to 30.
Who's your comparable, Mikey? NFL player or whatever. Like, what is J.J.? Is he big enough? Is he where do you see him fitting in? Right? If he's a first-rounder, then he's got to play, right?
Yeah, I guarantee he will go anywhere from 10 to 30. I'm trying to think of a clear player comp, but I don't know. I still think there's no way there's a team that passes on him in the first round, given some of these bum-ass quarterbacks that have been taking in the first round in the past God knows how long. So I think if you're saying J.J. McCarthy, even if he comes out this year or next year, if he's not a first-round pick, I think you're just a Michigan hater. But
I think, Neal, to answer that, it doesn't solely go on the team's success of the Ohio State and how they finish. Obviously, if they win the national championship, it's a no-brainer because they can't do that without him, and he'll elevate. But I think, to Mikey's point, that you got to think late first round at the minimum to early second round.
Yeah, and I would agree with that only because, look,
there's potential there, isn't there?
I mean, here's what it is for me. Like, is he physically as gifted as like a Jaden Daniels?
No,
he's not. And people aren't even talking about like where is Jaden Daniels going to go? He's 6'4", man. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How's his ball? Because with you just look at the stats from afar, and you're thinking Lamar Jackson right here, aren't you?
Yeah,
with Jaden Daniels,
probably better at throwing the ball,
as a better passer
and a better pass. So,
but not like the top end speed.
We
that
witness
Lamar
that. We see that and rarefied air and stuff like this. And Lamar, we're talking about quarterbacks and Mahomes and Stroud and stuff like this, but he's up there. So that's why first tell me who the comparable is. Who's the NFL comparable? Is it Kirk Cousins? with a little bit more mobility, or like where is he? That's where I got to start. Or where's he gonna go? You look at a lot of these teams, right? You look at the Browns. They're all locked in, right, with Deshaun Watson, and I know it's a low cap at this year, but they owe him $60+ million for the next 3 years, stuff like this. Where else? Tennessee? No, it looks like Will Levis is there. Moving on, different things like that. Like where?
You don't even know if Will Levis will be the starter given next year.
But what I'm saying is their project. They're working on their projects there. They don't have to bring in another project. Either tell me who his comparable is, or tell me where he would fit. Right? Do I think from what I've seen this year in the NFL, is J.J. McCarthy sort of like, could he be doing the same job, or that the number one kid in Carolina?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young,
right? I think that he could probably do. Is he that talented? You know what I'm saying? Like Bryce Young's struggling, right? Is that sort of where J.J. McCarthy is coming out? I sort of see more comparables there.
And Let's Go Red Wings Sparty is doing a good job of usually what I would do. Are you picking JJ over any of the top 4 quarterbacks that are in the Heisman race right now?
No.
Bo Nix, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams.
Are all those guys coming out this year?
Michael Penix.
Yeah, no, because Caleb could say, I don't want to go here, and they got the number 1 pick. Michael Penix as well. So are you? Say they all do.
Michael Penix is like 28 years old. So everyone, you yourself, ho on Hendon Hooker for how old he is, and he was the same type of player balling out at Tennessee, just like Penix is at Washington. And you realistically are saying in 4 years from now you wouldn't even make Hendon Hooker your starter when his rookie contract's up.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for the draft.
It's just the same scenario.
He's 23.
I would not take Michael Penix when he finishes this year, 24 years old, goes in next year, he's 25 years old. Given 2 years takes him to be a starter, he's 27. So no, I wouldn't do it. I would going into the draft, I would draft J.J. McCarthy over Michael Penix strictly on their age and their potential. And Michael Penix has been injured like 3 times with like an ACL. So I'm straight. I'll pass.
Okay. All right, man. Conviction, too, from BFA. We got BMG. We got him out.
He's fired up.
We got him out in the streets. Okay, so the other 3, though, no.
I don't think
Don't do it,
Next
BMG.
will really, translate. I don't know. But I think those are all toss-ups. And you've seen teams draft QBs all over the place, but I don't know.
Okay, so what about your
I wouldn't take him over Caleb Williams. Jaden Daniels. I don't know. And then Michael Penix, I'm taking him over him.
What about Drake May?
Drake May. I've seen Drake May lose to 3 bum-ass teams, including Virginia this year. So
well, I mean, all right, if you want to go that route, I've seen J.J. McCarthy wet his pants in the playoff.
Has Drake May made it anywhere? He's losing bowl games.
That's not. We're talking about quarterbacks, dude. You're not bringing his. J.J. McCarthy doesn't get credit for his team.
Yeah.
Drake May's not penalized for his team.
Drake May's not penalized for losing to Virginia, who's won 3 football games in 3 years.
Does J.J. get credit for beating Penn State?
He
had 60 yards.
No, he doesn't get.
He threw 8 passes.
He doesn't get credit for that game, but they
does he
still
get
won
credit
a
for
game
beating?
against a
Does he
top
get
10
credit
team.
for beating Bowling Green when he threw for 140 yards and 3 picks?
How many does he get credit for those? Those top?
No,
10
I'm asking you. Does JJ get credit for throwing for 140 yards and 3 picks against Bowling Green?
Yeah,
because he seems to get credit for it. Because they always say they want. They do that. BMG, you do that. You're like, well, they won, not because of him, despite him.
Okay,
it's true. Refute that argument, BMG.
No,
Man threw
that's
3
fair.
picks.
They didn't win the game because of Bowling Green, because of him, or at Penn State. But that has nothing to do with.
But that's where you took it. I'm talking about draft. Who's going to get drafted where?
I don't think Drake May will be a good quarterback in the NFL.
Okay, that's not the question.
But
where's he going to get drafted?
Who, JJ?
No, Drake May. Where's he going to get drafted? In the top 3.
Okay, here's the question. Drake May gets drafted higher than J.J. McCarthy.
Yes.
Yes. Do we agree that, Mike, or no?
Yeah, but I still don't think he's going to be shit in the NFL.
No, it doesn't matter what you
Can't win a game
think.
against
The
shit
question
teams.
is, will he get drafted higher, right? What's J.J. McCarthy right now? 5th guy off the board?
And that's the point. Let's go Red Wings Sparty.
Yeah.
Are there 5 teams that are going to take a quarterback in the first round? You see what I'm saying? Like, start working backward. I don't think it's the slam dunk that everybody thinks it is.
Patriots, Tampa.
But I do think that he'll end up going in the first round because
Vikings.
If you're going to take a quarterback,
Tampa.
like if you're going to take a quarterback in the second round, you should just take that quarterback in the first round.
To get the option.
Because you get the fifth year option on it. So yes, I don't know that he's a quote first round talent because I still got questions, man. I know I'm a hater and everything like that, but when I've seen him play on the road and I've seen him play in the college football playoff, he's played more bad games than good games.
Michigan fans are the most defensive fan base I've ever seen. Big Daddy and the hatred for Michigan is sickening.
No, I'm telling you what I saw.
What? Yeah, like what?
He cost them the TCU game. Cost him the game last year.
Saying JJ's not going to be a top 10 pick makes hatred for Michigan? Like,
I don't think that way. Just
Jesus,
you're not a hater because you're not a top 10
Okay,
pick.
guys, for real. I want to talk about this for real.
But
D-Mac?
I think he is a first round pick, and I think you have said the same. He's not in the top 10, but you think somewhere along the line.
The desperation for a quarterback in the NFL.
I think he's a top pick.
I don't think it's just out of a pure desperation, though.
Pick. I think he's a first round pick.
Yeah, it's not out of pure desperation that he's going in the first round.
20 and 44,
You and I are in the same boat with that.
Yeah.
But I'm crazy because I got questions because I saw him cost you a game in the college football playoff. I saw him against Georgia in the college football playoff. You know what? Like I saw him at Michigan State put the ball on the ground in the college football playoff twice, or against Michigan State on the road. Did he have a good game at Ohio State? Yeah, but you don't just because you did it once but failed 3 other times doesn't mean that you're that.
Do you believe J.J. McCarthy's coachable?
Yes.
I do.
Sure.
I do. So there it is, right? Right there. That I think that where he goes, if he goes to the right system, he will be a quarterback on Sundays, but he has to go to the right system. So I do think he's coachable, and that's a start, and that's what brings him into the first round. Plus, Neal, you nailed it. Always follow the money. The 5th year. Isn't that the new biggest thing and the latest and greatest that we always talk about? To have that option. So, yeah, I got him going after 20. If I was going to bet, I'd say he'd get picked after 20.
I'll tell you what, if I were drafting pubs, Hamlin Pub would be #1 overall, no doubt about it. Any one of the 7 Metro Detroit locations worthy of being the #1 overall selection in the pub draft. They got the game day specials. Every NFL game, even those crappy Thursday night ones and crappy Sunday night ones that we're forced to watch, maybe a little more manageable if you got your beer on the cheap, huh? Or you got a good price on some wings. You can do it up at Hamlin Pub. Go to HamlinPubs.com. Check out any one of the 7 Metro Detroit locations. Hamlin Pub is the pub where everybody is a regular. We have all our fantasy drafts there. Love Hamlin Pub. There's one near you. Trust me. HamlinPubs.com, where everyone's a regular.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy? It's Planet Fitness. Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome. Neal Ruhl here for Feldman Automotive. 18 locations. There's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, and first-class car buying experience, and it's called the Feldman Advantage. Catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet in Novi every other Monday. It's the Feldman Automotive Group. All right, keeping it pushing. Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, Neal Ruhl and Darren McCarty, and Big Mike Gentry and Spencer Raxter as well. WoodwardSports.com chat thread. Jonathan Anton says, Neal tells it how it is, and I'm a Michigan fan. And Jonathan, and I see the people in there too. Neal would have questions no matter what. I've seen him in a tough spot 3 times. I've seen him fail a couple of times. You can't argue that. You can't argue that. Brutal in the TCU game. Oh, the stats. No.
It's like I think JJ is going to be a first-round pick because I remember watching when he first came in. His first time I saw him on the field, I think it was against Ohio State a couple years ago. He had a throw where he was on the run, off of one leg, threw it like 50 yards down the field. I was like, all right, that kid can play. That kid's an NFL
I'm not saying he's a bum.
And based on his talent, based on his size, his athleticism, I think he's a first-round pick. Like, if they took Trey Lance in the first round, top 3.
Zach Wilson.
JJ's going to be a first-round pick.
Kenny Pickett in the first round.
Kenny Pickett had 4,300 yards and 40 touchdowns his senior year.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason he went in the first round.
No doubt. You know what I'm saying? And my questions are, like, when he's outside of the cocoon, BMG, when he's outside of the cocoon, how does he play? We've got more bad returns than good returns.
I would say he had a rough game with TCU, obviously, but I think he kind of battled back in that game. But I 100% get where you're coming from. And then what was the other one?
He had 2 fumbles at Michigan State in the loss there. Played well against Ohio State on the road, certainly. And that's a tough environment, no question about it. But I can have questions.
I thought you were counting the Georgia game. I was like, really wasn't the starter. But.
Well, he wasn't the starter, but he got a taste.
Yeah, but I wouldn't tally that one against him. But the Michigan State one's fair. That's why I was just double checking.
Yeah. So, and again, you're going to go into these environments, neutral field, and I know the Michigan, Smokin says Michigan versus everybody. Well, it's going to be Michigan versus the SEC.
Smoke and. So
can you rise up? That's my question, because I haven't seen it yet. But that's my question of the program in general. They're Big Ten good. Can they be national championship good? Until I see it, I don't think it's going to happen, and that's fair.
No, it is fair.
It's not hate, man. No. I told you, D-Mac. I thought I was broken. I thought there's no way the Red Wings are never going to win the Stanley Cup. I thought that. A lot of us thought that. You guys probably asked the question. Internally, you probably asked the question, what is it going to take to win? And then you made the decision and did what it took to win.
Yeah, no, I mean, a lot of similarities to can you get it done?
Yes.
And this is, the opportunity. So maybe this is 97 for the Michigan program because everything's out there. The pundits tell us that, you're odds on favor, to get there and win. So just go out there and do it. Then everybody has to shut up.
And I can't say a word.
Then you can't, because that's the whole thing, is that the accountability is that you will give them their flowers when they deserve their flowers. You're just not into handing out flowers prematurely.
No, because this was predetermined when we did the show in July.
Everybody wants to give this team flowers for stepping on the field, not for accomplishing something actually at the end of the day.
Bingo.
That's all you're asking. You
just
have a very sandpapery, aggressive way of doing it that people can't hear. The good thing I could translate.
Well, thank you, D-Mac. That's why you're here, man. You kind of.
Well, the accountability. I'll hold you accountable just like I hold everybody else accountable. And there's nothing that you don't say. And the thing is that nobody likes to hear the truth, especially when it hurts.
Yeah.
Right? Especially on the negative. But just embrace it. And now, like JJ, let's go out and shove it so far up Neal's arse and all these people that whoever you have to prove it to, so that we can say, no, he can get it done. You go out and win a national championship, you're a top
what am I gonna
5.
say?
You're probably
and
top 5 pick.
Yeah, and like people have saying, well, Neal, you're a hater, you'll asterisk. Guys, I've been very clear on that. You go win it. I watch you win it, like I watch you get the trophy. There's no walking that back. That doesn't get vacated or anything like that. Reggie Bush was still the Heisman winner in 2005. He was. I watched him go over there and get the award. That doesn't change because his parents got a house from USC. That doesn't change for me, where Pete Carroll bailed before the heat got too hot. That doesn't change. I watched it. Same thing with Michigan. This is the ultimate stakes. Everything is in the middle of the table. And on the flip side of that coin, guess what? You guys go to the playoff and you piss down your leg again, then I will say, hey, that went exactly how I thought it was going to go. Everything's gone exactly how it was going to go with the schedule and everything like that. So now it really starts. When you get to the playoff, it really starts. So I don't know what else to tell you. MoreWordSports.com chat thread. Rack says, I saw it on Twitter. JJ's shirt for the bus on Saturday says F Neal Ruhl.
All right, whatever motivation.
Yeah,
You're here for it.
Whatever,
gets
man.
Motivated.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they played Maryland this week?
Yes, big game.
And I don't think, to McCarthy's defense is that the game plan that Michigan has to win games does not expose all his talents, right? I think they could open him up a little bit more, but they choose not to because this rushing game, their offensive line, their ground attack, like we saw against Penn State, one of the best defenses in the freaking country, as always. And you saw what they did.
Let's go Red Wings party. Michigan versus Ruhl. I like that one. Ransom says, Neal, does Michigan's coaching staff limit J.J. McCarthy's potential? I know the snap answer from Michigan Slappies is yes, it does. But I think, and I don't know this, I'm not in the room, I'm not on the coaching staff or anything like that. I think they feel that's their best chance to win. That their best chance to win is not having J.J. spin it 30 times or 40 times or 50 times. I do believe that. Yes, I do believe that is why they don't have this pass-centric offense that you see pretty much every other team in college football doing. And there's probably reasons for that. And my guess is the reasons for that are some of the games I alluded to before. That could be a possibility, everybody, right? Like it could be. I know I'm a hater, but maybe it is.
I still can't believe Ryan said he's going to be the first quarterback off the board.
First pick in the NFL draft. He'll be in New York, first pick NFL draft. Never forget. Yeah. Never forget. Just like if you're going to get your hair cut, never forget you need to go to Lady Jane's.
Yeah, come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams, an all-expense-paid suite for you and 5 of your best buds. Yes, 5 of them to the 2024 NCAA basketball tournament. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
When buying or selling real estate, flexibility, control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That is exactly what Mark White & Associates offers. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White & Associates. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesells.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesells.com, where flexibility meets success.
Final segment of the show, Big D Energy, Woodward Sports Network, coming down the stretch here. WoodwardSports.com chat thread, DNC-ENT weight. Is Maryland ranked? They were on their way. They were on their way to being ranked until they came across the path of the mighty Illinois Fighting Illini and lost 27-24, and then chased that with a road loss at Northwestern. They were going to be ranked. If they'd have won those 2 games, they'd have been ranked. They would have just brushed under the rug that they lost 51-13 to Penn State. And by the way, save the Michigan Hero Act this weekend, because remember, Penn State scored 51 points on Maryland. That offense that we saw scored 51 points on Maryland.
Jesus.
So there's that out there.
Jesus.
They did beat Nebraska, though, 13-10. Good road win. So, yeah, Maryland sitting at 3-4 in Big Ten play. 3-4. 6-4 overall, though. They are going to a bowl.
There you go.
So there's that.
Better than State.
Danny Raxter jumped in the chat thread?
He did.
What'd he say?
He said Michigan doesn't have the receivers for JJ to throw 30 times a game.
Wait a minute. I was told Roman Wilson's the October Heisman.
Yeah, I was told Colson Loveland's the second best tight end in NCAA.
I was told that. No, I legit was told that.
Yeah.
You know, remember the Roman Wilson discussion?
Yeah, they said he's better than Marvin Harrison.
I think he had more votes in the October Heisman than Shoelace did.
Yeah.
Remember the October Heisman with Michigan every year? Those were fun times, weren't they, BMG?
I don't participate in that.
No? You sure?
Positive.
Okay.
My dad can be a Michigan slappy all he wants, though. He paid enough money.
He can do whatever he wants.
paid enough money. Sent 3 kids through
Yeah,
there.
hey, with your comment, you should put in how much money you've spent at the university at the end, so that your comment, right? So
put 3 kids through there.
Might be ridiculous, but you might have earned it.
He's common law Michigan man.
Yeah.
Like he's married to the game.
Yeah, he's earned it for sure.
They've lived under the same roof for long enough. They're common law married.
Hoof-hearted Neal, the Danny Raxter is a national treasure, needs to be respected.
100% he is. I'm just going
he's
back.
a real goat, not a baby goat.
Yeah, he's the real goat.
I was just told that Roman Wilson was the October Heisman.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody told me Colson Loveland was the second best tight end in college football.
What happened to that discussion?
I don't know. But they don't have enough pass catchers, I guess.
You guys are shading this. Who actually told you this?
Who do you
Is
think?
it? Oh.
You people.
Yeah.
All right, don't do that to me, Neal.
You people.
Don't do that
Flannel
to me.
said
You
that,
even give
like,
me
last
credit
week.
that I'm...
Yeah.
Flannel said it when Brock Bowers went down. He was like, Colson Loveland might be the best tight end in college football now.
He did not say
he
that.
did.
That's what I was wondering. I didn't know if it was Ryan or Flannel, and you guys always kind of...
Aren't they the same person?
Oh, wow.
I'm
Breaking news. Flannel is
They could be.
Ermanni.
He's
Ermanni
Ermanni
is
from
Flannel.
the past. He's time traveled.
Finkel is Einhorn.
Loveland is really good. Don't get me wrong. But
He's a good tight end, for sure.
We don't know. I mean,
He's not even as good as
when they
Georgia's
throw
second tight
When they
end.
throw the ball 8 times a game, how do we know who's a good receiver or not?
He's not even as good as Georgia's second tight end.
That's fair.
Do you have your same day get right?
Oh shoot, I forgot.
For the Monday?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Hold on. Let me cook it up. You
3
guys
minutes.
give me you guys take it over for 2 minutes here, okay?
D-Mac, what are you doing this weekend? You said it's a big death match?
Oh, yeah. Chattanooga. ICW.
Hell yeah.
The Pit on Friday. The Chains on Saturday. So the Michigan Pillars, Tommy Vendetta and Malcolm Monroe III, will be fighting individually on Friday night. Tommy and I will actually go up against the Behemoth Tank and the Reverend Dan Wilson. Yeah, a little bit.
Size mismatch.
Oh, dude, there's some seance stuff and there's some spiritual stuff. So we're going right into the heart of Chattanooga, and then on Saturday the boys in a tag team Chains death match against the Killer Be Killed boys.
Oh yeah.
So
Are your ribs
I
all
will
good?
have highlights. Planning not to get involved, but you know how that goes.
Yeah. Don't get any broken ribs on
No,
us.
no. Just so you know, Rake will be joining the festivities, so we will have proper supervision.
There we go.
Right, I got to look after the boys.
We
and
got a
he's gotta
Rake
look
on
after me.
standby.
What?
All right, I have some bad news here about the same. They don't have the refined same game parlays up yet, where you can do like the interceptions and all that stuff. So ride with me tomorrow. Tune in to tomorrow's show.
DNC ENT says Javonte Williams touchdown, Broncos plus 3.5, and under 48.5.
No, I'm strictly going Broncos minus 2.5 will be the base of it. We will take an over on Josh Dobbs interceptions, whatever that number is. I don't know how exotic I want to get with it, but I'm definitely going to do that. And I'm thinking like race to 15 Broncos. That's what I'm leaning. Give me the over in Dobbs at picks. Give me the race to 15 Broncos. Give me the Broncos in the game minus the 2.5. I bet you can get a nice little 5-1 on that, 6-1.
Give you the official tomorrow, and don't forget, top 5.
Top 5
list.
Thanksgiving foods.
That's right.
Let's go.
It's like the top 10 list that the morning show does, except it's not as boring.
Yep.
It's actually entertaining.
All
So
right.
we're going to do it. All right. For BMG, for Spencer Raxter, D-Mac, I'm Neal Ruhl. Thanks for tapping in.
Deuces.
Big D Energy. Well, see you later.
Because I'm going to get it right up in ya.